Now, they may be regarded the world's most influential and powerful consumers, but women remain disenfranchised and still face economic challenges. The WomenIN Festival aims to address issues women grapple with in business, careers, and across various industries. The role of women in top management will also be in the spotlight. For more on this, I'm joined by WomenIN Festival Director Nazlee Fredericks. Nazlee, good morning. Welcome to eNCA.
Good morning, Jenny. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with some of the barriers that women still face in South Africa and on the continent at large when it comes to accessing opportunities, accessing leadership roles.
You know, Jenny, I think there are so many barriers that women face, you know, whether it is barriers to opportunities, barriers to financial aid, barriers to sponsorship, as well as racial and not forgetting the gender barriers, purely because they're women, as well as, you know, their health and wellness. I think, you know, what we aim to do with the WomenIN Portfolio is actually, you know, challenge these bias and these barriers and actually break these barriers for women, but also doing it in a holistic, empowering manner.
And how does empowering women for these leadership roles, for instance, how does that contribute to the overall transformation of the economy, but also industries, Nazlee?
Well, so generally, women in top roles promote gender equity and enhance economic growth by bringing a diverse perspective and improving decision making while also fostering an innovation workplace and economy. You know, companies with gender diverse leadership perform better financially, and also empowering women creates role models, challenging systemic biases while maximizing workforce potential, because women just bring a different set of perspectives and a different set of nurturing skills to the table.
Do you believe that we've got the policies, the structure, the support in place in 2024 that is needed for women to flourish in business?
Well, not entirely. I do think that there are many organizations and NPOs, and government is really playing a hand in, you know, aiding women within these different sectors, as well as with propelling women within their careers and, you know, propelling them in male-dominated spaces. You know, structural support does also include leadership programs and mentorship, you know, while also looking at flexible work policies and inclusive hiring practices. I mean, as women, we face a separate array of challenges being women. Most of us are mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, and, you know, we present a different set of challenges, and organizations should offer development opportunities while addressing that work-life balance and creating environments that truly value and recognize women's contributions. I think across the board, working within women in energy, women in mining, women in mobility, you know, there's one thing that we all face, and that is that a lot of these spaces were historically built by men, and a woman's perspective was never really considered. I'll give you an example. For instance, we were at our WomenIN Tech Festival at Converge Africa, and one of the ladies said, you know, when she had her baby, she went back to work and there were no change rooms and there were no nursing facilities for her. So she literally built her own room. You know, it's those little things that really matter to women, and those little things that actually just get bypassed because women are not in those rooms to make those decisions or actually contribute to decisions such as that.
And then how does initiatives like WomenIN help to create and foster environments where women can thrive as decision makers?
Well, you know, generally, you know, with WomenIN, we work across various sectors, you know, at the VUCA group, and we actually look at empowerment from a holistic point of view. From the one hand, you know, we give women access to opportunities, you know, to broaden their skill sets from a hard skills perspective. But we also realize that we're looking at a woman, right? We also need to empower women from a soft skills perspective, because working in male-dominated spaces presents different challenges, as I already mentioned earlier. And, you know, we need to equip women from the inside out, both on the hard skills side as well as the soft skills side. I mean, if I look at entrepreneurs, for instance, they might have a fantastic idea, but they don't know where to go to get that financial aid. And then once they are actually, once they get that financial aid, they don't know how to navigate that entrepreneurship landscape that brings with it a separate set of emotional challenges. More so if you are in a predominantly male-dominated industry. So we want to equip women from a holistic point of view so that they can navigate through male-dominated industries, being their best selves and putting their best foot forward so that they can actually elevate holistically.
Well, thank you so much for your time today here on eNCA. That's Nazlee Fredericks. She's the WomenIN Festival Director. It's taking place, Nazlee, from the 14th to the 15th of November, the 14th to the 15th of November in Cape Town. Thank you so much, Nazlee Fredericks, the WomenIN Portfolio Director from the VUCA Group. It's nearly 10 a.m. We've got a lot more updates on developing news stories for you at the top of the hour. Stay with